Hello, this is Dudley Baker, founder of Common Stock Warrants, back with you today with another segment talking about insider trading. You may have listened to the first segment already that I previously did for you, and so you know that I have a strong passion for following the insiders. So I've got two stories I want to share with you here. Now, the first one, there will be no names mentioned, and when I tell you the story, you're going to appreciate this. But I was on a mining tour here in Mexico, in the state of Jalisco. There were two CEOs. The CEO of the company that I already knew and had visited the property before. There happened to be another CEO of another publicly traded company that was along for the ride, so to speak, taking a look. They had similar properties in the area, same geographical area. So, you know, it's always a deal after touring the properties, and in the evening there's always dinner, there's a few drinks, and yada, yada, yada. I got to know this other CEO, again, a little bit better, asked him about his company and all of this. It's a logical step that then I finally said, well, to the CEO, I said, so how many shares do you own of this company, of your company? And he said, oh, I own a lot. And I said, I understand, but what does that mean? He said, I just own a lot. And yeah, that just didn't fly. That didn't fly for me. And I told the individual, I said, you know, I have a subscription to a site, to a service, that I can go back into the office here, and within 5 minutes, I can log in to my service and find out all the detail that I want, and I did. And so I came back a little bit later, and I had to confront him, and I said, "You're not even listed as the president of this company." And he sheepishly said, well, you're right. He said, I'm in the middle of a divorce. I didn't want to file my transactions. I didn't want my spouse to know how many shares I had due to the divorce proceedings. Well, you can imagine he lost me, right there. And so not only had he violated whatever the rules and ethics of the exchange, but also to any individual investor that would be looking for information, as was I. And here you got the CEO of the company that's not even reporting. Now, this story goes back quite a few years, so it's not relevant in today's world. But the deal, obviously, I did nothing with this company. It was a matter, probably no more than months later, that this individual was no longer the CEO of the company. I had nothing to do with this, but he was no longer the CEO of this company. So it's just an interesting story, a personal story for me. I've got another one that we can mention by name, and it's, it's probably 10, 12 years ago, maybe, Victoria Gold. Victoria Gold, way back then, I think they've changed their name now. They did a reverse stock split, all kind of stuff. But back in real time, there was a lot of insider activity going on, at least around the 10-cent range, meaning always four to five officers, consistent buying. I mean, we're not talking about, just for a week or two and then you quit. But you like to see it over a period of weeks, months, and they're accumulating is what they're doing, and that's really what you want to see in a perfect world. And so I went and I took at the time a pretty good position for me in Victoria Gold, and it probably was 1 to 2 years. I again, some of these memories get fuzzy, but the numbers are still there. So I remember it probably was maybe 2 years or so down the road. I still owned the position, so I had a nice position, again, in that 10 to 12 cent range. And here, all of a sudden, we got massive insider selling up in the 70-cent range. So that had been a great transaction, right? You're in, say, at 10 cents, and up now they're up here in the 70 cents. Well, man, it's like, what do I do here? Well, the deal is, when you see the massive insider selling, it's time to go. You got to go with them. So don't think that you're smarter than they are, okay? You just got to go. And I don't know why that's so difficult sometimes to do. You just have to say, I'm out of here. I'm going with them. And I did. And so nailed a really nice profit. And then shortly thereafter, as I recall, the company, they wanted to get the share price up higher. So what they did is they were looking to get a listing on the New York Stock Exchange. They did a 1-for-10 rollback, reverse stock split, got the shares up into the $7 range, got their listing on the exchange. And I can't remember the name now, but it's not relevant to this given story. It's just a matter of coming in. When they're buying, I'm buying. When they decided to bail, I bailed. Nailed a great profit. And let's face it, guys, as investors, that's all we want to do. We're here to make money, okay? And so this is just a unique way to do this. And so if you're interested in our services at Common Stock Warrants, especially if you would like to be a gold subscriber, then you get to see my personal portfolio. We've got links, best links that we can find to the insider trading information. And you can basically look over my shoulder, and I also talk about these in my weekly audio. But we've extended our insider data also to all of the companies that have warrants that are trading. For all of the companies that have warrants that are trading. So we're talking hundreds and hundreds, somewhere right now around 850 companies. And we've got a link on each company, that will give you some insight into what the insiders are doing. Okay, so it's a lot of work, but it's to me is relevant information. Wanted you guys to have this information. Okay, so just good stuff. So if you like what we're talking about, you like the information that we're providing here, appreciate it. Hit the old like button here. Hit the subscribe button. Doesn't cost you anything. Stay abreast of what we're doing. We've got a lot more great segments coming up for you, and soon we'll be having some interviews with some of the top people, what I think are some of the top people and other newsletter writers in the business. So this is going to be fun. So markets are starting to treat us good. So anyhow, it's just great time. So we'll let you go for right now. We'll be back with you soon. Adios.